afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Jimmy Palumbo Show. That's right. Show number 256, coming to you from downtown Mahwah, New Jersey, in the kitchen studios, and also coming to you behind the glass from...
I'm in Denellen tonight.
From Denellen, from the...
I mean, it's not the new studio name, but no, it is. It's going to be live from the Stellar 19 studios in Manawha, New Jersey, a courtesy of Mile 21 Media.
So, okay, we're going to have a whole segment at the end of our show discussing Dave Sturcho's rebranding day here at the Omni. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get into that, which is very exciting. But yes, this is show, of course, I am wearing the Giant jersey, LT number 56, because this is show number 256. Now, I thought about doing some other number 56, which I'm sure the Tysons and the Hogans are going to chime in.
He dropped a whole bunch of them in there.
But I decided that when it's show number 256, there is no, I think he's by far the greatest NFL player ever. I don't think it's close, actually. I've said that many times. Dominant. Nobody dominated like him, even though he played years ago, different world. Not even close. Like, you're going to compare like Deion Sanders to Lawrence Taylor? Like,
no. Well, you say...
You're going to compare Joe Montana to Lawrence Taylor?
Well, that's
he didn't change the game.
No, but you have to consider, like, you say greatest football player of all time, and I tend to agree, because I mean, like, you had to like prep for him for like 4 weeks straight before you even saw him. So like, I get that part, but like, it's very hard for me to be like, he's the greatest football player ever when he just plays one side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, like for me,
I know, but yes, I guess
it's hard for me to do.
People say best defensive player, but I'll say no, but he
easy.
Changed the game. He's obviously my favorite player. You know what's great about when you're a Giant fan? And like, you'll never see me with an Eli Manning jersey or one of these like shitty players that like is halfway good. You buy one jersey, you get a 56, and that's like, I'm 60 years old. You can bury me in this shirt. I'm not going to look to buy I'm not going to buy an Abdul Carter jersey. Like, it's just not happening.
You're going to go out. You're going to go out like dirt and just get buried in.
I'm going to go out like dirt, be buried in my 56 jersey. But listen, he had,
just a smidge of cocaine, Johnny Bucks.
Listen, I never did the drugs he did, but who cares?
Hey, listen, he plays a lot better.
Yeah,
so whatever he was on, he was working.
I judge by when the kickoff starts. I don't care what he did at night. Listen, over 9 years, he averaged like 9 sacks a season. He had 142 sacks in 184 games. I will say the number that was given up from him was a center named Jim Clack, who played 10 years in the league at 56 up to the Giants. LT came, he gave him his jersey. I was going to listen. Yeah.
Did LT wear 56 in college? I don't even know.
Yes.
Okay. So that was like prodigy type shit.
Listen,
okay.
I was going to mention like some of your Cowboy, Eugene Lockhart and Chris Dolman and those guys like that. But I figured what way to make Venditti drive off the road and simply say Tanyan Sturts, number 56.
Wow. I remember that. I remember that guy.
So that's it. Lawrence Taylor, show number 2. And this is, I guess, we had a show 56, we had a show 156, and now 256. The over and under on whether we'll make it to 356, I just don't know. That'll be
200 episodes. That's
2 years. I'll be aging. I'll look like LeBron. I'll have a little bald head in the back.
I gotta say though, man, like, ain't no bullshit. I know we talked about it a couple weeks back about your weight loss, but like, you took a picture with Ryan Maher over the weekend, and I shared it to your story. By the way, also answer your mother effing DMs because it's annoying the shit out of me.
Okay.
Because it's just,
I try to.
I know you do, but like, there's a lot of people in there. The one guy's got like this group chat thing. It's like fucking pictures and galore. I'm like, well, I don't know who they are. Anyway, I was gonna say you took a picture of Ryan Maher on Valentine's Day during your show, and he had posted it, and I was like, Jimmy's like withering away, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on with you? Like, I told you
I dropped 30 pounds. But when I got sick a couple weeks ago, a little stomach virus there, I was even, so now I'm about.
He's even leaner.
I am telling you, I am now, I took a shot this morning. I was a little nervous about it because I waited 2 weeks. I am now what they call the maintenance part of the program, which I said to myself, okay, asshole, you're going to take the shot and lose weight. That's fine. But once you start to go into maintenance, you got to start now,
doing physical activity and shit.
And I may be joining Michael Deege's, aka Alphonse's Orange Theory Fitness here from the
Orange Query Fitness.
It's great. It's a great place to go. Orange Korea. And Dave's quoting from the pilot here at Shea. But yes, this is Lawrence Taylor. By the way, he's posting some. The best thing about LT is if you ever read his first book, he just doesn't lie. He tells it like he tells like everything awful that he did.
I love a good tell-all book, man. I read Artie's. I read Artie's on the way to Vegas.
Artie's is a good one too.
Too Fat to Fish is
and
a
now
legendary book.
LT's driving around in a golf cart because he lost his license again. It's like, this guy's great. Just going. But anyway, I love when he talks about himself too. About like, it's just great. So LT Day here at Shea. But of course, we move on from Lawrence Taylor, show number 256, to a household name here, a player that, Dave, you should know really well, and it is Dan Reichert. Another classic Jimmy Palumbo baseball card segment. Why? Because he played for 5 years. He's 49 years old today. He played with the Royals for, his record was 21-25 with a 5.55 ERA. Right away, you know he stinks. He was a spot starter and a reliever. His best year, he was 8-8 with a 5.6 ERA. Here's the, again, anybody, I'm repeating myself. I do this segment because I find things funny. I think you're going to enjoy this too. Here are the different leagues that this guy played in. You ready?
Oh, boy.
He played in the Northwest League, the Pacific Coast League, the Texas League, the Carolina League, the Midwest League, the American League, not the regular American League, the International League, the Northern League, the Atlantic League, the Canadian American.
I know the Atlantic League. That's where the Somerset Patriots play, right?
Somerset Patriots. He also played in the American Association League. Different. Oh. He played in the Eastern League, the Dominican Winter League, and the Chinese Professional Baseball League.
And this summer, the Banana Ball League. He's everywhere. Jesus Christ.
This guy played in 14 leagues. Like, if anybody does a documentary on minor league baseball, this has to be the guy. He played in every. I don't think there's no more leagues left. Except, he didn't play in the National League. That's about it.
Yeah. How about Major League Baseball?
He became a pitching coach for the Lincoln Salt Dogs in the American Association League. But he was a first round draft pick, 7th pick overall, which is crazy. His biggest thing about him was
he's an absolute bust.
Some of the coaches said he's got awesome stuff. He was too wild. He just walked everybody. And when you walk somebody in Major League and you come inside, it's all over. He's also famous for finding out he had diabetes right after he signed. He had to take insulin shots. But you know what? He didn't kill himself. He's not dead. He's still very much alive.
Wait a minute. Then we should absolutely do a deep dive and find this guy. And just be like, hey, what's the difference when you stepped into play for the Chinese league? How exactly?
You know what? I think I'm gonna make that might be a producer thing. Yeah.
Find out if you're right.
Can you find out if Dan Reichert has an Instagram?
Yeah, no. Hey, Tyson, executive producer, get on it.
Yeah, Tyson Hogan, that's your job. Dan Reichert. I'm counting on my fans here to find out about Dan Reichert if he's on Instagram.
You're gonna find out he follows you.
Hey, listen, we got in touch with Ruben Sierra. He called.
The boo boo. That's right.
The boo boo. Anyway, but of course, that leads us to the Patreon. We are, and guess how many Patreons we have on show number 256? 56 day here. Now, I insist that we get a Byron Hunt 57. Venditti just went off the road again. And I'm going to give a shout out to Johnny Box, Kevin Marzola, who went to Providence. He's a buddy of mine up here in Mawa. More on Providence College in a minute. And of course, you know what? To my mother. My dear mother, who's has some leg problems, injuries, whatever she's struggling with.
To my mother, who funds this entire operation.
Yes, to my mother, my chief advisor here. And I appreciate all my Patreon members. They help pay almost Dave. If we get some more Patreons, that'll be wonderful, especially I always want to thank the Tysons and the Hogans and the Darryl Clarks for having every fucking family member. So I have more kids. Your kids got to start having kids, bro.
Darryl Clark, I have not. First of all, he posted a video, which is badass. It was like a little reel of all the stuff that he got at that con that he went to.
Which was cool. Yeah,
that was badass. But I have not divulged into that cake since the first day. Like it's still wrapped up and contained. Like it's not like I'm getting like it bad, but I just every time I look past it, I'm like, I'm gonna eat that tonight, and then I'll just get there. I'm like,
I'm even more of a loser. I freeze it
Oh,
I open it up. I take a slice of it, let it sit on the counter a little bit.
Am I the only one in America who hates frozen and then thawed out shit?
Well, what am I supposed to do? Eat the whole?
I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about in general. You know, how many times like bonus Mom Barry, her gravy is just amazing. Very close to my grandma Rose, but not quite there yet. But like she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna freeze this, I'm gonna freeze that, I'm gonna freeze. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, I'll eat it, whatever. But like, I don't know.
Dude, you put it in a pot on a low flame as a frozen block. It melts right down and it's ready to go. You wouldn't tell the difference between frozen. You want to look at you, Payne. You don't eat meat. No discussion.
But I do eat gravy, and
it looks like. By the way, even though I cheated, you look like you lost a few pounds.
I'm down fucking 16 since Thanksgiving. So I guess whatever, how many weeks that is.
Could you imagine if he went to Zepp out off the bench for 3? Got it. Right. But actually, the Zepp out made Cohen. You know
what it is though? The little secret. I took down the beard. Like it used to be very long.
Yeah,
and I took it down, and my wife was like, "You look like 10 years younger." I'm like, "Nice." Didn't score me any points, but
now you look exactly like the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays. You know what we got to do?
Shit, that's a good idea.
Next time you're out and about, you got to get. You got to get a Toronto Blue Jay
11
hat.
Weeks.
If you find a cheap Toronto Blue Jay hat like at Seaside, if you wear that one, it'd be hysterical. You would look exactly.
I've never done it. I've never actually put another team's hat on my head.
Well, you could do it just for the show. I'm wearing a Leggett's hat. We're going to get more on that later. All right. Well, let's see. Maybe we should do the show.
A nice 12 minutes solid open.
Well, that's how we do it here. Dan Reichert Day here, Shay. Of course, today is Fat Tuesday. We're going to get into a lot of different things, but we will start off with this. Now, is it me? For some reason, the Olympics, I don't know. The Winter Olympics just didn't work for me this year. I found it, I don't know.
Is it over already?
It's still going on. I don't know. Usually, because we used to ski, we were always a Winter Olympic house, believe it or not. And I found, but the one thing, and this is so sad, I hope the guy doesn't off himself. That skater who had the lead.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a U.S. skater. I forget his name. He's got a weird name. He had flowing blonde hair, flamboyant, crazy outfits. He won the last 14 skate competitions.
Okay.
In the world. He dominated. He calls himself the quad god or something like that because he does these quadruple jumps and all this.
Oh, that was like a body part.
Okay, going into the last free skate, he had like an insurmountable lead. Unless Jimmy Palumbo was skating in his place, this guy with this flowing hair, he fell once, then he wiped out again. He's falling, and to the point where the announcers, I was rolling. I hate to mock out. Poor guy works out 15 hours a day for the last 11 years of his life. But even the announcers were like, ooh, oh. And then the one guy went, he's got a lead, but not that much of a lead. I was like, this is like a comedy show.
Oh, shit. So they were basically like, you can't coast through this one, pal. How about you not fall?
And then I got it. And right after the competition, he was in shock. He just choked. Whatever happened to him, the pressure got to him. They shove a microphone right in his face.
Of course they did. But
the lady was kind, but he was like, I don't know. I've never done that. I've never skated like. And then he was just like, he looked and he just went, I blew it, man. I was like, but then I realized that he actually has been posting some concerning stuff since then about like maybe he's not right now over that. I feel bad for the kid. I hope he comes back in 4 years and dominates. But I just
I'll tell you right now, I'm into the U.S. men's hockey. I know you don't like hockey, but I'm into it.
You know what's great about the women's hockey? Remember?
Oh, it smoked Canada last week.
Yeah,
man.
but you ever watch? Remember in the old days, you used to like the slow motion button on a DVR. That's what women's hockey looks like. Everybody looks so slow to me.
Dude, they will skate circles around you, and you know that.
First of all, I'm sorry. I love women's sports, but I really only like women's softball sports. That's the best one. I find women's hockey
dude. Listen, and look, you're not going to find a bigger supporter of women's sports than me. No, well, in reality, I have a daughter, so I have to like kind of do what you want to do. But like even my friend Lauren, who actually is over at Stellar 19 Studios, she rents some space for me. She does a lot of the cricket stuff and customized whatever. But she just started coaching girls flag football, and like that's even on the come up. Like some of these girls, like I watched a couple of highlights, and the catches that some of these girls make, I'm like, I couldn't dream, and I have good hands. I'm like, I couldn't dream of catching.
I would rather watch women's flag football as long as the men don't play it as well.
No,
what they do it because
they're gonna.
That's why. Listen, this is not coming off sexist.
No,
the reason why women's softball is awesome because the men don't play it that way, and it's an awesome game. The mound is 8 feet from the thing. The woman's throwing rockets at this thing, and girls are hitting bombs off it. They play great in the field. I think it's great, but I don't know. And next thing you know, you're going to tell me that you like watching women's golf. Anyway,
no, I've never watched not even a minute of women's golf. I'm just saying, like, I just think that there's a path to some of this stuff to be a little bit better. And the fact that like we haven't beat Canada like that in so long, so like the women to take care of business like that, because now like the men,
yeah, of course, I'm rooting for the Americans.
Course, but I'm saying like the men are they're about to win. I think they won their group, so now they're in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, they got a tough road to hoe though.
Yeah, no, I know. I just
Canada's good. Nice. I know there's something this year about the Olympics that just felt bad for Lindsey Vonn. She fell, and another girl got beat. Some of the people that was favored got beat, and that's a shame. But here's the crazy thing about the Olympics, though, and I think you ever notice the difference between like gold, silver, and bronze, and like not on the medal round. It's like you train every day for 10 years and you lose by 0.03 seconds. That means if you had a yodel 4 months ago, that cost you the gold medal. If you one day only worked out for 48 minutes instead of 50 minutes, it's so random.
Not to keep harping on women's sports, but like when I used to drive the Zamboni at the Woodbridge Community Center, right? I would have to open up the doors at like 5 a.m. on Saturday mornings for the girls figure skaters. When I tell you, like, if you thought like sports parents were hard on people, they don't like you. I once heard a girl say, "Can I please have French fries?" And I remember her mom specifically looking at her, in 6 weeks you can have a French fry. Like I was crazy. Like, oh my god,
I agree.
They're psychotic, but like that's what it takes. Like that, those are the people that are going to gold medal.
Yeah, all the and then of course that ridiculous thing with when you got a cross country. If I cross country ski, I have trouble opening up a yodel. Okay. These people have to lay with a gun on their back, have to lay down, spread eagle, and then fire 8 shots on a target. I would shoot myself after long.
I watched the figure skating the other day, and I'm trying to get Stella. I don't want to get Stella into it because it's one of the most demanding sports. I'm good with the dance. Like we're good with the dance and the thing. But like
you won't be good with the dance and the
No, I'm already starting to get pissed off at it. But she not at her. I just like the other people. It's like a cult, honestly. The dance dads and dance moms are all just looking at me like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean? Who am I? Like I'm the dad. Move."
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've been in the game for a long time. But no, I was watching with her like the couples duet dancing. I mean, a duet skating, and one girl does this thing, and then she lands, and then she splits on purpose, and now she's like coasting on the ice with her clam is like on the fucking ice, and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm watching it, I'm like, oh man, and it was the most flawless performance of all time, right? And I'm like, wow, that was really. I was like, Stella, did you like that? That was amazing. They came in like 9th.
I know it's like, crazy.
Holy shit!
It's Olympics are so competitive. It's so hard. I just got bored. I ended up watching. I was watching it and ended up putting on Air Disasters.
That's actually it's so funny. I saw it when I was scrolling the TV. I saw Air Disasters. I was like, oh my god! I was like, "There's no way I'm putting this on.
You have to watch.
I'm gonna love it."
And listen, I give you a homework assignment. I need you to watch at least 5 minutes just for the bad pilot acting in the room. When the guy, the voiceover guy, tells you that the pilot blew it, and you see this arrogant pilot sit down like, "We don't need to put on the autopilot. I got this."
I'm gonna put this bitch in
400. Yeah, there's like 490 people did not survive that one.
Jesus Christ.
I went to the Providence Seton Hall game, annoyed my soul. My daughter's thinking about going to Providence, which I'm going to get to in a second. I went to at the Prudential Center. I hate Seton Hall, Rutgers rival always. And I'm like, Providence, the best thing was Providence a good reputation for basketball, Big East and stuff.
Sure.
But I'm watching it, and all of a sudden I realized my Rutgers fanship was being infused into Providence College. I looked at my daughter, I'm like, Providence stinks. I realized I'm like, they were like,
Oh,
and
man.
it was a close game. And next thing you know, I see Shaheen Holloway on Seton Hall, like calling timeouts, and I looked at the guy next to me, and I go, you know what, dude? Seton Hall's going to win this game by 9. You want? And then he drifted away. And then, of course, you went to the Garden.
You got the R on your hat and shit.
Yeah, my daughter was wearing the Providence because she might want to go there.
I got a bone to pick with your daughter, by the way.
So the next thing you know, they get beat, and I laughed at the parking there was $30. It was like expensive to go to a college.
Of course,
game.
You bring that up. Like, of course,
And,
such a dad rule.
It's such a dad rule.
Such a dad.
You
see the parking situation over there? Holy shit!
But because she may want to go to Providence, we ended up. We went to Providence yesterday. We left at 7:30 in the morning. Got there for the tour, and then we had grabbed a bite to eat and scooted out of there.
You drove to Rhode Island and fucking drove back.
And drove back. We actually were only 5 minutes away from that ice skate arena where the shooting was, and we went into this pub on the west side of Providence. I think I may be getting that wrong. Could be east side. And went into a pub, and they had it on the TVs, and I was like, oh man. Some people got killed at this ice skating high school game. And I asked the guy, I said, where is that? He goes, dude, it's like 5 minutes down the road. I was like, holy shit. Very sad there. Shout out to anybody who got killed or injured there. But we went to Providence, and here's the crazy thing. So we've been on a few of these tours now. And so what I do is I kind of drift away from the pack, and I look at things. I'm trying to just pick up anything to educate myself about this Providence College. Beautiful campus. So we ended up in this new wing, this new hall, and it's for nursing and doctor and all that stuff.
Yeah, what does she want to go to school for? You know,
what do you call it? Elementary education. You know,
cool.
K through 6 stuff. So
nice.
I see this giant wall about this guy who donated the money for this massive building. Turns out he didn't even go to Providence. He just lived in the area, loved the college when he got older, and he donated a boatload of money.
Turns out your brother Frank.
No, this is Michael Jordan money. So then the group went through, and I was just lingering around reading the names. I was hoping to see somebody from Providence College that I knew or something like that. And so this young girl walks by, and again, we're in Providence, Rhode Island, and I just said to her, "Hey, you go here?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you like it?" And she goes, "Oh," she smiled. I know, she knew we were part of the tour, which was about 30 yards ahead. She goes, "Oh, I absolutely love it." I said, "What year are you in?" She goes, "I'm a sophomore." I'm like, "Oh, that's so great." And then I go, "Where are you from?" She goes, "New Jersey." "Oh, that's cool. Me too." I was like, "Where in New Jersey?" "Well, Bergen County." I said, me too, Bergen County." "Where in Bergen County?" She goes, "Ramsey." I said, "Ramsey? That's where my daughter's from." I said, "You come with me. Come here, come here." We walk over to the group, right? I pulled Natalie's mother and Natalie out of the group. I was like, and Natalie sees her. She looks at her. She goes, "Wait, I know you. We had a class together. What are the odds on the one person?" And of course, Natalie's like, "Dad, only you can go visit Providence, Rhode Island and run into somebody you know." Of course, underneath, I was wearing my Rutgers shirt. I just wanted to represent in case someone got out of line.
You gotta let them know where the fuck we're from.
That's right. Let them know that. Listen, at Rutgers, we always lose. We're consistent.
Keep dropping.
But it was cool. The campus was nice. We had a nice tour guide going around with us. So she's if she can get in, she might go there.
So yeah. Right. Quick bone pick with Natalie Joan. So I don't know how you do it, Jimmy. Because I'm gonna get there one day, and it's a scary thing. Obviously, Valentine's Day comes and goes. People post their Valentine's Day stuff, and you told me that she has a boyfriend, right. And it's like you see it come across your feed, and it's like they're hugging and fucking smooching and shit. Like I
didn't see any of this.
Oh yeah, well, I might be blowing her spot up here, but fuck it.
I'm getting the Tysons and the Hogans,
dude. Let me tell you something, Nat. If he breaks your heart, I'm going to break his neck. So don't fucking start throwing out the L word or anything like that. Just calm down, everybody. Okay?
You know what?
Calm down. I don't know who the guy is. I've never seen him, but I'm just saying.
You didn't see him at one of the but he went to a Rutgers game. He's a nice kid. Listen, I can't.
Kid now.
There's one thing I cannot coach you on. It's the most awful situation. You try to be nice to the kid because you're a nice kid, but meanwhile you're like, this is awful.
Well, if you come down the stairs, right, and he's coming, hey, Mr. Palumbo, and like there you are, and they're like, oh, he's a fine old fella, brittle old man, you know. But if somebody comes to my house and I walk down the stairs, 250 pounds solid,
I know. Well,
you better go run for the hills, dude. I'm telling you right now.
You know what though? You know what's sad? Because 10 years from now, what if she's dating someone who's a linebacker for Dunellen High, and all of a sudden you're like, you're gonna look like your father.
My dad, I'm still afraid of my dad. He's fucking 68 years old.
I'm that way of my older brother. I never want to fight him. He'll kill me. I'll have to use I'll be dancing. I'll look like Leonard against Hagler. That's a great reference. Then he's off the road again. But anyway, we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I know that.
Get in there.
Good luck, Dad. We'll see. A couple of schools she's looking at Shea.
Is Rutgers at least a fallback option or no?
She's going to apply. We're going to try to visit. We've never been to a big campus. And I want to show her. We're going to these campuses that are small. I want to show her like a crazy ass big one but maybe I'm like, let her go to another school.
So yeah, but you're gonna turn that tour into like the Jimmy Palumbo Hall of Fame. You know? You're gonna be driving around the right. You know, Dad had a beer over here with the drama team.
I do that now. She gets mad at me. I see that over there. But I gotta listen. I did a stand-up show.
If he dies, if he cries.
Did stand up at the River Rock. I was going to wear the River Rock shirt they gave me. Here's what happened. So I drive down a brick, but I was there early. So I said, I have some time. I'm going to duck into Leggett's. So I go into Leggett's. I see my boy Keith bartending there. He's a great guy. He's been bartending here for 100 years. And he's like, oh, Palumbo. Of course, we took pictures in front of the beer league thing, which I got to send. I should have said, I forgot to send it to you. We'll do that next week. And which I'll forget to do. And then
it's gonna be 105. Like
so with that, another guy, he hands me a hat. He hands me this hat, Leggett's hat.
Was that 90? Is that when it was born?
90 year anniversary. And
90 years, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I ended up a guy came up to me. He used to work there. He's like bald now. I remember who he was, but he's like, hey man. He's like, oh, Jimmy, I listened to your show. I just saw you on the family. He's rattling off all the beer league and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, thanks. He goes, your podcast too? He goes, hang on. You're going to be here for a bit? I said, yeah. He came back with like 4 sweatshirts and leggings on it, T-shirts. I got like the full regalia.
Wow,
so
good for you.
I said to myself,
got any for your co-host or no?
Maybe. They won't fit you. You could use them for a sleeve. So then I realized, you know what? We're doing a show down the shore, right in Brick, about 10 minutes away. I'm going to put one of the Leggett shirts on, right? So I go in there. I didn't know that the owner of the River Rock was going to be in the audience. So I go up on stage with
another bar.
And with another bar there. And I figured, you know what? And all of a sudden I had, knock on wood, I had a really good set. I was, I sky jammed over everybody, which
that's a great place too. I like River Rock.
Yeah, it's cool. I've never been. It's cool.
Oh yeah, no, I've been there a couple times. It's great.
It looks like it's nice in the summer with the boats coming in. I'm definitely going to partake in that thing over the summer. But then the guy comes up to me like half mad. He goes, hey, what are you doing in my bar wearing another shirt? I'm like, oh, dude, I just went to Leggett's. They handed me the shirt. He goes, nah, I love Leggett's. Everybody loves Leggett's. He goes, but you got to have, So he goes and gets me a River Rock shirt, except it's the size that should fit Miles, your son. I'm like, I was going to wear it there. I'm like, I can't. I mean, I lost some weight, but I look like, a skater.
It's a belly shirt.
Oh, no way. I can't wear it. I might give it to Natalie or something. But it's always good to give your kid bar shirts.
I was just going to say. It's like...
But we had a good show.
I don't think I've ever stepped foot in the Leggett's, though, by the way. Never. Not once.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God.
Dude,
you got to bring me to your old stomping ground. I've never been. Which shore? Which like Point Pleasant? Like where? Manasquan. Okay, I've never been.
You never been to Manasquan?
I've never been to Leggett's. I've been to Manasquan.
You been to the Osprey?
Maybe by accident once.
Oh my God! What a loser!
I'm sorry.
I will stay alive long enough to escort Miles into Leggett's.
Oh, Miles! Now we're going that.
I'm not gonna bring your daughter to the Osprey.
I'll go. I haven't been. I've never been.
We will go.
Tyson says he's going too, so we're all gonna go to Leggett's over the summer.
Yes, we're all going to Leggett's.
Do a live broadcast Jimmy Palumbo show from Leggett's.
They would totally go for it.
I know they would.
They should sponsor the show, but they don't need my sponsorship. That place, it was packed, even not in the summertime. Leggett's a great bar. The best thing about Leggett's is I've told this story before in the year. the beer league photo is on the wall at Leggett's, which to me is like making the wall at Leggett's is a major accomplishment. Okay. After Sandy hit, I talked to my buddy Keith. Sandy blew out everything near, like that, totally destroyed that area.
Oh,
the water ran through Leggett's to the parking lot. The ocean came through. And they have, when you walk in, they have a line that says like the Sandy water line, you know? But when I called up my buddy Keith, who was a bartender, and I said to him, I was like, dude, how's it going? He goes, dude, don't worry. The beer league photo did not get hit by the water. I'm like, all great. This death and destruction of Sandy, he's worried about the beer league thing on there.
I would too.
Which is so funny. But ended up having a good show.
300 from Leggett's. What are we at? 256. Right, it's like another year. Like next spring.
Nah, maybe we'll go this summer. We'll do something stupid.
There you go.
And we will be doing a show. I couldn't do it today in the studio, but we will be doing it next week from your new studios there, which we're going to get to. Here's another thing. The show went well. What do you call it? Rebranding, a new thing. To me, it's a new thing. That's how old people describe it. Same old brand new me. The briefly, I'm not going to get this like Guthrie thing.
Oh, dude, I was educated about this yesterday because I had no idea. I wasn't following it. I had no idea. And then I look and you're like, yeah, some 80-year-old got kidnapped. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Listen, I did a commercial with Savannah Guthrie. She was a doll, real sweetheart to her. It was years ago. She was like a rookie on the Today Show. And she was sweet as hell, pretty too. And I you know what I can't stand now about the news cycle? Anything that happens. No, but anything that happens now, it's like, because there's these, listen, I have a podcast, but do you ever hear me and you, like these conspiracy theory podcasts, like a crime solving podcast? There's people like you and I going,
heavy market for that.
Oh my God, listen, there's people like you and I on podcasts going, did they check the back door? Like, what are you, like, you're a jackass who follows the news on a podcast, and you're going to tell, and I feel bad because law enforcement, Ryan getting involved. Like all these people with these theories, like, why can't, you know what? I'm rooting for a good old fashioned kidnapping, and he's either dead or alive. I want a 2-minute drill drive down the end. Then you find her.
You want to hear something? You want to hear some crap? I heard from my cop. One of my best friends is a police officer in Woodbridge, and he told me the other day. Remember when it was like those 1-degree days? You know, like the crazy cold, bro. He said that there was, you know, I'm not disclosing anything that's not public knowledge. So it's like he said that there was like an 80-something-year-old lady who had like dementia, and she like went for a walk. They found her just like
frozen. I know,
frozen solid. Then the husband goes to look for her,
and he freezes.
He slips on ice, bangs his head, he freezes.
That's unbelievable.
What are the odds of that shit? That is insane. I mean, look, you're reunited.
Listen,
really quick,
about 15 years ago, I read an article. A girl up in by Scotch Plains in there in a condo. She came home. She went out like after work on a Friday. Wasn't drunk. Just had like after dinner drinks. She was parked her car in front of her condo. As she was walking in between the garage and the front of her car, she slipped, fell, got knocked out. It was one of those 8-degree days. They found her a day and a half later. No one looked at, like, the mother was like, hey, I haven't heard from her in a while. Frozen. I fear that whenever I'm going up the steps on a cold night, I'm like, if I fall on the steps right here, I will be frozen.
You know what you need soon? One of them things where
I need to think I'm going to get one of those.
Help! Right. Those are commercials are best, by the way.
And you know what we'll do? We'll give them away to all our fans. And if the show is going shitty, they can hit the button and go, help. Jimmy's podcast is going lousy.
Oh, man. And can you imagine if we get if you get like 8, like we just set the bar, and it's like, if 8 people say, enough of this shit, we just get shut down. And that's it. Like, the show just ends abruptly.
That way we'll know if our topic is shitty, we'll get the button. First of all, the Tysons and the Hogans will be all over this.
And I can't. Yeah, it's Joe Cinecore. Dude, those commercials are fucking hilarious. They're like 97 years old. And by the way, for whatever reason, they're at the bottom of the staircase by themselves. They're like, help.
Help! My whole life.
Only she had the little clicker. It's like, oh, okay.
My whole life, all I've said since I got in the acting world, all I want to do is book one of those before on those infomercials. You ever see the back pain one? The guy's like gets up in the chair, and he's like, oh, it's like such bad acting.
But not for not. You were close. You were close, dude. Not too long ago, you did the whole life insurance shit.
Was, yes.
Yeah, you're like, oh, health insurance. What's this? You know, and I'm just like, I'm watching that spot, and I'm like, oh God, he's so old.
Oh my God, I'm already. Oh my. Yeah, matter of fact, my agent.
My agent, alert. Help! I can't reach my permit. That's so fucking hilarious.
Help! I can't be funny on a podcast. One time, about 4 months ago, my agent was like, "Hey Jimmy, I got an audition for you, but it's a grandfather role." And I was like, oh, "Really?" And all of a sudden, I went, "Wait a minute." I'm totally eligible for being a grandfather.
I would say so.
Oh,
you're an older dad. You're a lot like my wife's dad. He's 75.
Like, yeah, your parents are contemporaries of mine. Hey, what's going on, bro?
That's what
I can call your dad bro. And
you and my father can hold a conversation. Meanwhile, you have a 16-year-old daughter. And his son is 40.
And the Knicks, what I'm talking over.
Jimmy Palumbo pumping them out late in the game.
Oh my God! I just hope I hope they find this lady. I feel bad for the family. They moved out.
I don't even know.
It's just sad. It's scary.
Of course, it's scary. It sucks.
It really is. So, of course, speaking of miracles, ChasingMiracles.com here from the Omni in Atlanta. Chasing Miracles stem cell patches. Shit your body needs. Give a shout. Go to ChasingMiracles.com and get in touch with Tommy and Donna. Donna just sent me some water pack stuff, which I'm drinking right now because I took the shot today.
Sent me shit. So
I gotta get on this. Huh? Hey Donna, if you're listening to this, you gotta send some stuff to Stir Show because he'll even use more of it than I do.
That's very true. Because I just put anything on my body, not giving a shit what it does.
He's tired. I'm trying to get him to not go to Sal in Plainfield.
First of all, his name's Scott, and he works in a legal business. So thank you.
Oh, a legal business.
Yes, he works at a legal business.
Yeah, okay. I can't wait to check out.
Oh, and my doctor's name is, I have him in my phone, is Dr. Dick.
Okay,
so definitely not his name, but whatever.
Yes, of course. But go to ChasingMiracles.com. Stem cell patches. A lot of Olympians wearing this thing. You see the little patches on their thing. I'm wearing mine right in the back and right by the belly. Although I had to move it to the side a little bit because I did take the shot today here, Shay.
I'll go, baby.
So, yes, ChasingMiracles.com. Now, first of all, I got a new iPhone. I got the i17 Pro.
Ooh, you got a newer phone than I do. How about that?
First of all, I felt like when I walked in with my phone, I felt like I was lugging in a typewriter. I was like, "Hey, I'm looking at the guy. I was like, oh, hey."
It looks like you might be due for an upgrade, sir. Come on down. Let me show you all the 9,000 phones we have.
Everybody knows when you go to the phone store, every phone store should be just called "You're fucked." Because you walk in there, you're miserable. I walked in expecting a 20-minute transaction. It's going to take 4 hours. But you know what happened? One guy was bitching about the bill. I walk in, I looked at the guy, I said, "Hey, I want a new phone. I don't need anything else. I've told you I can get a few dollars for this one." And he looked at me and I said, and I have time, but I don't want to stay here because I'm going to start getting aggravated and hating the world. Dude, 28 minutes. I was in my car. But then he got me on the new cable. He got me on the case. I was like, you know what? I was so happy I was out of there in a half hour. So I got this new phone, which I had to take the one in stock.
Which one did you trade in? I got the
orange one, which everybody hates.
What an obnoxious phone, dude.
Obnoxious phone.
What a dick.
But let me tell you something. There's things that does. This thing is crazy. I don't even know what I'm doing.
What did you trade in? Another iPhone?
Yeah. They gave me. I just get tacked out of my bill every month, so that's how I'm paying for it.
I know how it works, Jimmy.
But first of all,
they tag it on your bill or something.
No, you can pay up front if you want.
No, I know. If you got that kind of fuck you money, go nuts.
I know. You know what's funny? Everybody's carrying around $1,000 item in their pocket. No one talks about that.
No one talks. It's not talked about enough.
Like when I think if anybody drops their phone, there should be a hush. Even if you're at Leggett's on a Saturday night in July and someone drops their phone, there should be a hush. That's like
have insurance. If you don't insure, you are so screwed, dude. I was in I'm in the steam room the other day, and I take my phone out, and obviously that's not the best idea in the world because steam, water in your phone, not a good idea. So one guy looks at me and he goes, "That thing That's not gonna fry in here.
Yeah,
That's like, I don't know, maybe. And if it does,
no,
I don't know what.
yes, and some of them are like $1,300. It's like,
Dude,
oh my God.
crazy.
It's just um
Sammy, happy birthday today.
that's it.
Yes,
Sam Grasso with a birthday. I saw
birthday.
that on the Facebook thingy. Happy birthday. For your birthday, why don't you sign up for Patreon?
Oh wow! You're asking for money from him on his birthday. That's cruel.
Well, he's got 15 kids in school, so
I know.
But one of them's got to be out by now. A little clearance, right? Is it one of them?
Sam, actually, I got to call Sam now that I'm like redoing everything at the studio. I got to call Sam. He's my lighting guy. he's a great
quick three.
That's why we have such great lighting in that studio.
Hey Sam, what any of your kids in college? I'm typing. I want to see where they go.
They're all in college, aren't they? I don't think anybody graduated college yet, right? I mean,
what do you have?
What do you have? Thank you, Sam.
There you go. Sam is checking in with us to do some lighting at Dave's place.
Yeah.
Now, I want to do a couple of brief things. I watched
speed round. Here we go.
I watched a movie called "If I Had Legs, I Would Kick You." You know about this movie? It's like up for some awards.
Of course it is. It's always the movies that nobody's ever heard of, but no, I've never heard of it.
I thought it was the most depressing movie I've ever watched. Any parent, any woman who's a mom, like your wife, could not watch the show because this woman she's a normal lady, but she's so irresponsible with her kids that it's like, what do you do? I wanted to reach through the screen and punch this lady in the face.
That's similar to It's All Her Fault or some shit. I watched something like that.
This movie, I still didn't even know what the hell was going on at the end. It was so depressing.
Aren't those the best when the movies are over? Again, I don't know what happened.
You know what? When you're watching a depressing movie and you got to switch over to Air Disasters for a less depressing,
let's lift my spirits up a little bit.
Yeah,
let's see a couple fucking planes collide in midair.
At least 300 people died. Not one person I got to see on screen.
Dude, I can't. When I became a dad, bro, a lot of these things they
it changes you, no doubt about it. Anytime
I watch American Idol and I'm just like, oh fuck. It's like here's my life story. I'm a this and that, and they always said I couldn't do it, and then they do it, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. I hope he wins.
I totally. Once you have a kid, you're how you view movies. If you have a kid and the kid dies in a movie or something, or gets hurt in a movie, dude, and you're watching it, you literally go, "I get this off, get this off."
I wasn't a dad, but like, remember Hardball with Keanu Reeves, the little fucking the little G baby gets like in a drive-by accidentally gets shot, and like they're trying to shake this kid. He's like 7, and like they're like, oh, and he's just dying in front of him. I'm like, oh, turn this shit off. Like I know you can't. Nuts. Ugh.
I don't know how anybody does it. I really don't.
Shout out to G Baby. By the way.
Hang on one second. I just wrote down something here. Right. Yeah, hang on.
Netflix, by the way. Gutting scene in Harvard. Yeah, dude. Like, and that's like that made me fall in love with like Big Papa. You know, when they're doing the thing, and then the little kid gets shot up. I'm like, oh my god, turn this off. Anyway, you back with us?
Yes, I just had something got in the way here. Where the hell did you go though?
I'm right here. I didn't go anywhere.
And you are at Shay. Sorry about that.
Hi.
I watched the movie Song Sung Blue, the Neil Diamond one, but the Neil Diamond cover band.
I'm such a big Neil Diamond guy. Is it any good?
It is. It is. It's got what's his name? Goldie Hawn's kid, and Hugh Jackman's in it. So it's got a really good cast and stuff. But the movie, I don't want to ruin it for you. Go watch it.
Cinecor liked it. Great movies.
It's got, I don't like movies that have a double tragedy, like one tragedy per movie. Right. But it was good.
See, at least you get it. Why I like Neil Diamond, Tyson. That is from Saving Silverman. That's why we like Neil Diamond.
There you go.
It's a funny ass movie.
I haven't seen that since it came out. Also finally, after being Lifetime holiday movie special, the Game of Thrones HBO show finally came around, and some people do some good gore. And I felt like one of those people in the audience, like, someone's got to die soon. Someone get their head blown off. And last week's episode, that'll do it here. Certainly had some good gore, and there's a season finale this Sunday, which I'm looking forward to. The show finally came around. Jimmy,
Sam's saying he's got 2 from Stockton and 1 and Rutgers.
Dude, you can easily afford the $3 a month. Come on, Sam, step up right there. Rutgers ain't 10.
I'm still trying to. You know what? Again, I don't know if you've noticed some of the crazy things in AI world lately, but like it is. I know Screen Actors Guild is getting pissed because it's like now
you see the fight between Cruz and what's his name?
That's what I'm saying. I watched Superman battle fucking somebody else that wasn't in that movie, and I'm like,
crazy.
This is insane. And now I'm hearing like music made from it. I asked the guy, I was like, oh man, who's the artist of that song? She's got a great voice. Nah, it's AI. I said, oh my God. Like what? But me, trust me when I tell you, it has improved my workflow a lot, right? Like it does have its perks, but you got to be good at AI. And yes. I only bring this up because.
Are you using it a lot?
Oh yeah. Dude, you see this whole shebang here? This whole
That's like, all AI?
No, I had to tweak it a little bit, but like you get like a base really, and then like you just like, hey AI, I need a live podcast, 2 camera set, one name Jimmy, one name Dave, like like, and right. it's boom, there you go, you're done.
What AI
chat
GPT?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it has its, like I said, it has its perks, but now like with AI going crazy, it's like, man,
I know,
because you say about these movies and like
you know what
I said the other day, I'm like, there's gonna be a lot of people out of work in that field.
You know what you'll be able to do? You'll be able to do Chat GPT and say, hey, I need a podcast about 55 minutes long. Rutgers lost, the Giants lost, the Cowboys lost, the Knicks won 2 in a row.
Yeah,
and they're gonna replicate our voices. And do the whole podcast.
It's scary, dude. And you know what's funny? As the rebranding stuff that I was doing today, I just said. I asked ChatGPT straight up. I said, hey, do you build websites? And he came back and said, yeah, give me the following information and I'll cook something up for you.
Crazy.
I'm like, what?
But you know, one thing AI can't do, they can't put a Molly Hatchet sign in the back.
That's fucking true. That's very true.
Not
do
that.
You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
Thanks, Sam, for that giggle right there. Now give me $3 a month.
Neither is mine. I got Zeke over here. I got Witten over there. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of shit.
Zeke, put Witten up there.
I got a fantastic photo right here. Hold on, I gotta adjust just because it's me and the kids. Like, how cool is that? That's look at little Miles there. That was the day, like one of the days he was born, man.
Look at you. You look like you just came from the vitamin shop there. You're looking ripped in that shop, bro.
Oh, now or that? Oh no, that was my calf. Yeah, no, I was just pushing up against the cushion, so it made it give it the illusion that I'm actually.
I got to give a shout out to my
Ryan even said, "How do we know you're not AI right now?"
That's you know I exist. You don't. Ready? We'll test it. Cowboys are great. No, we're still here, so the AI does not know. It's
weird how that played out of nowhere.
Right. Giancarlo Stanton is not the best player on the Yankees. By the way, it's another annoying thing. All the spring baseball is going on, and they mentioned every single player, including like Dan Reichert, and not one word on Giancarlo Stanton.
Did you hear Judge the other day? His interview?
Yeah, I saw excerpts from it.
Well, Judge is not holding back at all. They're like, how do you feel about the team this year? He's like, well,
wait a minute, I hear something. What is that noise?
Ghost of Christmas Past. I don't know.
But you don't hear anything?
No, I don't hear anything. But his post or one of his press conferences, they were just asking him, they're like, how do you feel the team has been constructed? And he's like, well, we're just not doing much in the winter, and then we got to get this guy back, and Bellinger. Like, he was so mad, and they're like, have you talked to the front office about it? And they're like, and he starts laughing and shit. I'm like, oh my God, he's pissed.
Like, Judge is pissed. They didn't sign anybody.
Yeah, I mean, we got Bellinger back, and I'm like, oh, cool. Do more, and then they're like, don't worry, we raised you Bellinger, and we got Goldschmidt back. It's like,
Bellinger became Joe DiMaggio in the offseason. Sounds like you don't hear a ticking noise in the background?
No, man.
Oh, whatever you just did, got rid of it.
I didn't do shit. Anyway,
sounds like a bird chirping.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is there a bird out there?
No, I have no idea. It doesn't matter. Yes. Well, I got to give a shout out to my good friend Brian Shevlin, because there it is again.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is nuts.
You don't hear that?
I don't hear anything. I swear to God, I don't hear nothing.
Sounds like there's crickets. The hell? You just reached over and did something before.
I did not touch. There's sound effects on this thing, but there's no like. I can make crickets. Like,
well,
that's a record scratch. Hold on. That's the air horn. Hold on. There's crickets somewhere. Hold on. There you go. That's real crickets. That's a cricket sound effect, but I turned it off. Nothing else was playing.
It's AI is taking over our show.
See, this is what I'm saying, man. They fuck with you, bro.
You don't hear. You know what? Later on when you hear, you're gonna be like, Jimmy was right. But a shout out to my buddy Brian Shevlin. He's actually producing a potentially on the way to Broadway show called Dolanov, about his family and his Holocaust experience with his uncle getting through Poland to safety. It's I'm going to the stage reading on Friday where they're going to be singing and there's music. It's a musical and it's a very powerful musical, and I'm looking forward to that.
Are they casting you?
No, I can't sing that kind of that. You don't hear that? Now it's in my ear.
No, but I do. Like, you're starting to freeze up a little bit. Is that, you know what it is? It's the podcast god saying you go too long. That's what it is.
Autocorrect. I don't know what that is, but if it's annoying everybody, well, that's the way it goes.
Dude, I hear everything that's going on in this, and I don't hear any kind of extracurriculars here. Sorry, folks.
Well, if you've got shitty internet, you might have shitty, filthy carpets.
Yes.
So go to oxymagicUSA.com. It just went away, whatever you did.
I didn't do shit.
Go to Oxy Magic USA. That's OXY Magic USA. I just was texting with Tom DeMeo over there at Oxy Magic, thanking him for the wonderful job of my carpets. And so go check them out. They're the best. Oxy Magic USA, OXY Magic USA. If you're looking to have a franchise, you can also they have 0% financing, which under if we rebrand this show, me and Dave might be doing that. So Oxy Magic USA, go check them out. Good people, good business. God bless America. I got an audition tomorrow. I also have my first in a long time for a TV show, in-person audition with a casting director. And I realized that I said, I'm going to go in and see this guy. And there it is. There's your crickets.
Oh, motherfucker.
That better not be a trade while there's crickets.
No.
Where are the crickets?
Now, by the way.
What?
How do I sound now?
Now you sound good.
How did I sound all episode?
Okay.
Shitty.
Why?
Because my webcam was my fucking microphone.
Ed, you sound better now. You always sound better than I do.
Son of a bitch.
I did.
So that's why nobody heard the fucking. That's why now you can hear it. No shit. Now I got it. So, mother.
Dave Sturchill had 25. Handle Sturchill right side. He's got room. Fumble. And Sturchill has fumbled inside the 5.
That's
Dave.
Sucks.
The name of your studios is now Ernest Biner Studios.
First of all, I'm in my attic, so it's not. I'm not at my studio. My studio is high. I'm at my. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up.
Sturchill was rolling along.
I'm so
2
mad
free
now.
throws to win it, and he rimmed them both.
Oh man.
Anyway, I'm going.
Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. Hey, Dave, you don't sound right. What the fuck?
Well, listen, the Tysons and the Hogans.
That's upsetting.
It didn't sound bad, except for the crickets.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There might have been like a fucking fly or something on the camera behind it. And
I love when you say it's not me. It's not me. I'm like, oh yes, it is. All right.
Fuck you, Johnny.
I gotta. That's so funny. Ernest Biner Sturchill.
Fuck.
I got an audition on Thursday in person. It's a big one. It really is, to be honest with you. Game changer, if you ask me. But I realized the casting director has cast me 7 times, like The Good Wife, Elementary, Instinct, Drew Carey Show. I'm like,
so then this should be a finger roll. No,
there's no finger rolls. I didn't say that to
Patrick.
At
my age, no.
Patrick Ewing, finger roll short. But this guy cast me 7 times. It's unbelievable.
Good.
So I'm looking forward to that on Thursday, going into the city like the old days. Hopefully I knock it out of the park and we can get something going here. But I would remain remiss. Now, those of you scoring at home, Dave Sturchill, who started a company called Chop Sports Media back in the day with Gooch, who used to host the show as well, and we're still friends with. But Dave has decided that, you know what, it's time. He owns everything now, and it's his baby and the whole thing. He's decided to rebrand some things. So, Dave, I will give you some time here on the show to just explain where you're coming from, what's going on, and go for it.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Like I've really put in a lot of work in the last year in particular. Like when me and Chris started this thing in 2021, it was, a podcast, and there was a podcast network. Then we're like, ooh, we get, studio space, and we'll see what happens here. And then we get invested in, and like there was a lot of cool shit that me and Chris did. And we get the Mojo thing. Like there was a lot of good times, right? And then, lo and behold, things happen, people go in different directions. And Chris started making some significant coin, doing some the card breaking and everything like that. So again, I don't fault anybody for finding a path to success when there was times where I was like, are we going to be able to pay the rent this month? You know what I mean? Like so there was some hard, troubling times. But when me and him, we split last February, and I told myself, I said, I'm going to give it a year, because a lot of people, when I split with Chris, not a lot of people knew, because I didn't want to make it like a public thing. Like it was just like, oh, me and Chris are no more. Like it was just, I'll take over, But I told myself then, because a lot of people were like, are you gonna keep the name? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, it's what we created, so I'm gonna keep it going. I said, I'm gonna give myself a year, see how it goes. The year went and passed, and today is actually 5 years since the start of that company. And I was like, you know what? Not for nothing. And I polled like 10 people, and it's not a knock on Gooch. It's just like, hey, when you think of Chop Sports and Chop Sports Media and all that stuff and Chop Studios, do you think of Chris? And it's not, again, not a negative thing. They're like, well, yeah, I mean, he's part of it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but man, if I continue to build this the way I want, it's gonna not sit right with me. So I was like, I loved all the branding we did. Chop Studios and Chop Sports is awesome. It's still a Facebook group. You guys can talk your shit and all that in that Facebook group. But it was time. And I started thinking to myself, like, do I just name it like something as simple as Sturchio Studios? And I was like, nah, I don't want it to be like, hey, everybody, look at me, look what I'm doing. So I was like, let me just think of the next best thing, and it's actually better than me. You know what I mean? And that's my kids. So I rebranded. I had a couple other names. Like you told me, you're like, hey, don't decide on something right away. So I was kicking around a couple ideas.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah, and I made so many logos and so many marketing things, and just looking at it from afar, and a couple things were like, oh, that's cool, but But then,
by the way, just so the audience knows, Dave's kids were created by AI.
Yeah, they're not real. But yeah, I felt like it was time to dedicate something in my life's work to more important people than myself, which are my kids. So I turned Chop Studios into Stellar 19 Studios, which is the year she was born. Obviously it doesn't say Stella. I didn't want to be like Stella Studios. It was just like a weird. So Stellar means star. It means like, it kind of falls in line with my Cowboys. It was cool. So did that, and then I said, what can I do for my son? And Chop Sports Media is where I do a lot of podcasting and a lot of hosting. And so I said, all right, how do I incorporate that? And rolls off the tongue, Mile 21 Media was born too. And I think that was a cool one, because if you actually look, and I didn't know this is kind of like by the way, this is actually kind of cool. Mile 21, if you start at the bottom of New Jersey and just go to Mile 21, it's in Cape May. And my wife spent her whole childhood in Cape May. So I was like, oh, that's kind of fucking, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, this is kind of all making sense. So, the pink for her, the blue for him. But yeah, I think it was time. And I think that I can focus now more on the marketing and the merchandise and stuff like that, just to kind of market the business, change a couple signage around the studio. Nothing changes. Everything I do is still the same. I'm still producing content out of there, still doing photography, still doing podcasting, studio rental, all that shit. But yeah, it was just time, because if I say like 20 years from now, how's the studio doing? And people are just like, oh yeah, I can't believe you stuck with Chop. And it's just like, well, no. So it's something I can sink my teeth into, be passionate about. And to be honest with you, the response has been really cool. If anybody actually has anything bad to say about the fact that I named the studio after my kids, like, come see me and we'll take care of that. But
there's nothing wrong.
I just thought it was cool.
Names. I think the names work.
Like I said, I had to really just put it on paper first and do the creations and all this other shit. And like I said, I was in between a couple things. But
also, I think your original concept has changed. So if you were doing the exact same shit, I'd be like, Dave, I would have said no, don't rebrand.
Right.
But,
I mean,
what you set out to do.
Right. Yeah, we started to evolve a little bit, and by the time we were at the pinnacle of what we can do, he was gone already. So I was like, all right.
No,
well, then let me
you're
try my
doing
own
different
thing.
things, and it's you get to rebrand.
And you know what?
A lot of
look,
companies rebrand.
Yeah, no, but I'll be completely transparent. Like, I haven't talked to Chris since August. You know, I put out a text to him and I said, "What do you think I'm about to ask you right now?" And he goes, "Fantasy football advice." I said, "Absolutely." And we had a conversation, but then that was it. And I was like, "Oh, damn, he must be busy or must hate me." I don't know. Either way, I love the kid. I love his family. I love his girlfriend Ashley. All these guys. We had so much fun in the first couple years of this business. We had a great time. We were able to really, really enjoy the fruits of our labor. But now it's time for me to just kind of grow up a little bit and just kind of do things for my kids and see what I can do from there.
But here's a trivia question for my audience. What show has been the only consistent in the lineup, unaging?
The Iron Horse himself, Jimmy Palumbo.
The Cal Ripken Iron Horse, the Jimmy Palumbo Show.
Had not been for your payments on Friday, I don't know if I can make this happen, Jimmy.
I don't think so either. My payment allowed you to for 1 month of ChatGPT.
You know what it was? You know what it was? It was that was the trigger. When I got the payment on Friday, I was like, that's it. I'm going to rebrand. I'm going to make. It's like that movie. Was it Euro Trip, where he's out and he's in like Yugoslavia or some shit, and he gets a nickel. He's like, a nickel. He goes, I'm going to open up my own hotel, because that's worth out there. But it was just something I've been thinking about mulling over for a while.
That's very good. And I think it's also listen, Exxon was once Esso, then Diddy definitely off the road now. But companies rebrand all the time. They rebrand their logos. They change. They get rid of certain things in their if they're three names, they sometimes get rid of one name and shorten it. So it happens. And you are doing different. Sam Grasso, Jimmy Palumbo Show is life changing.
Yeah. I mean, could you ask for a better birthday gift today than listening to the Jimmy Palumbo?
The thing is, I can't really rebrand my show because it's my name. But
and you know what? And you were sitting there like, why don't you put your name in the show? This is why you don't put your name, because you can't rebrand. You can't do anything else. However, that's not true, because we have the amazing podcast starting very, very soon, entitled "At Least We Won the Tailgate." So, and I'm bringing up Ronnie's thing because he's a huge Rutgers fan, and he's gonna love that shit.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with that one. Matter of fact, we got to have some meetings on that.
Yeah, we do.
What the hell we're doing that? You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be like, dude, the game's in 4 hours. What are we doing?
We're not gonna win the tailgate. We gotta go like now.
The podcast is gonna be good evening, everybody. Welcome to At Least We Won the Tailgate. Rutgers stinks. Good night, everybody.
You said keep it short and sweet, and I just did.
Sweet, we stink. Basketball team beat Maryland, by the way. Maryland must stink. Ooh.
Oh, man, you sound like your brother.
No, they must stink. Come on now. Anyway, well, that's good. Good luck with that. So it's Stellar 19.
Stellar 19 Studios and Mile 21 Media. Okay. So that's.
So they're two different. Now you're going to put all your wrestling stuff under those as well, or?
I'll sponsor the wrestling stuff. Fight Factor Wrestling is with the other guys too, so like I can't. But I'll put the logos all over that shit just to market my own shit, like a little free advertising. So.
Well, listen, of course,
Ronnie, perfect.
Someone who's been with us from the very beginning and will be part of the rebranding here. Absolute Eyewear, 482 Main Street, Woodbridge, New Jersey, 732-326-3937. Craig and Jaybird Johnny, must show it for threes. Got it. Family owned opticians. They got everything. Full service, optical, eyewear, sunglasses. They got all kinds of safety glasses, hot looking glasses. Good-looking glasses, the kind of glasses you need to read shit, which I always have. And she sends me glasses all the time. I lose them. She sends me more. Charles Oakley, part owner of the place. They've been in business now for about 20 years. And go check them out.
It's over 20 years, man. I remember doing like a graphic for them, and it was like the 20
years for. It's probably about 21.
Oh, I thought that was like a 20-year anniversary graphic that I made in like 21.
No. Well, you know what? On this piece of paper, it says 16 years in the business, but this piece of paper is starting to look like Ezra Charles.
You're just hitting print on the same shit that you've been doing. So it's it might be off.
Shit your body needs, shit your eye needs, shit your carpet needs.
Everybody
and you know what? The Jimmy Palumbo Show is shit you need to listen to as we rebrand into good shit. Anyway, my brother's gonna yell at me. My brother.
Why you're cursing?
Yeah. He hates when I say the word shitty. but I think it's a perfect word because I'm a Rutgers fan. That word comes up often.
No, I was going to say that should roll right
all
off.
Right, well, listen, another fine show number 256 in the books. Lawrence Taylor, one of the best football players of all time. And maybe next week I'll go down to these. I got to check out these new rebranding studios.
I got some work to do, but yeah.
Sam Grasso has to change the lighting.
Believe it or not, there's not a lot of there was never any or not a lot of signage outside of just the bay windows and I gotta switch some shit out in front of the plate.
Dude, I still got a magnet on my car that says
I got fucking studio. 9 magnets on my fridge right now, and I'm ripping them all off the wall. No, there's no anger towards any of that shit. I'm
gonna hang on to that and give it away as a souvenir.
There you go.
Maybe I'll give it if Sam Grasso gives me $3 a month. I will give him a aging Chop Sports used worn magnet for.
You know what that's
car.
Called now? That's called vintage. vintage Chop Sports. Yeah.
You know what? I got to give a shout out to a guy named Mark Farrell who is begging me for some beer league stuff. And he donated to the pilot. I thought I sent him stuff, but I guess I didn't. So I got to send. Don't worry, Mark. Don't worry, Mark.
I'll. You just have so many people in your life. You're just I don't even know his name.
I gotta send him. I gotta send him some shit. Some swag day here at the Omni. All right, everybody. I will see you guys next week. Hopefully, we'll be from downtown. Now, wait. I get mixed. The studio is stellar.
Mm-hmm.
And Miles is the
just think of the it's what do you call that, iteration well, it's SS, Stellar Studio, Miles Media. Easy to remember,
and
rolls right off the tongue.
He's like I tell you what, Jay Bird, Sturgill's like a young ChatGPT there explaining everything here at Shay. All right, well, listen, everybody. You know what? I want to do one last thing.
What's that?
I know you're ready to go home.
I just got to pick up my
Ash Wednesday tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Are you giving anything up for Lent? Do you do
Well,
that?
what's great is for me, every year, I am now, this will be 40, I guess it's the 41st Lent I'll ever participate in since I'm going to be 41 in September. I am undefeated when it comes to not eating meat during Lent. So we're good.
You know what? I tell you what, here's what I'm going to, years ago, I read an article about a guy who was talking about not cursing during Lent, right? And I read it. I'm like, this is interesting. And then it ended with, and that was in 1942 when I was stationed in World War II. And the guy was like 85. So he was talking about it as if it was current, but it ended with, and I said to myself, so about funny. 4 years ago, I started it. And the first year I did it, I cut down my cursing, I swear to God, 80%. Or if I did curse, my brain really went like, oh, that's a curse. And I would say since then, it has been all cursing. No, I during Lent, I cut my cursing back probably 50 to 70%. So if I curse next week on the show, I want the Tysons and the Hogans.
We'll give you a lashing. How about that? We just start fucking beating the shit out of you.
This is the last time I will say shitty. So I'm signing off here for another shitty podcast.
I can guarantee you he breaks that within the first 4 minutes. Over under bar set, go on FanDuel. Use promo code MILE21Media.
And remember, you don't just give up something for Lent. You actually do something extra for Lent. So it's a little bit you acts of charity. So do something nice for your fellow neighbor.
Did I not just bring that up to you before about how we should do a charity show or some shit? Huh?
Yes,
see, I'm thinking about that.
Right. Charity, but the charity's you and me though. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
How about we do a for-profit show in Dunellen? 50 Hail Marys. I know.
Oh my God!
I know Joe Cinecor is loving this. All right, kids.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.